r/ask Reddit. Men of Reddit. What are some things women think we like, but couldn't be more wrong about? Tell us what you want. Whether it be food, X, material possessions, whatever. This will build a list of things we know you like and will allow us to surprise you with similar things in the future. It is so damn infuriating to constantly hear "surprise me" and then catch attitude for a week afterward when our surprise wasn't what you actually ducking wanted in the first place. Should your partner know you well enough to surprise you with your favorite food/clothes? Yes. But only after they know what those things are. Not a woman. But last time I was in a Walmart there was a for men gift section that was under the impression that men are basically just variations of Tim Allen in home improvement. Personally, I hate when a woman doesn't initiate any sort of XL contact or show any kind of interest in it. They say it's because they want us to just go for it. But if it doesn't look like you want it, the last thing I'm gonna do is go for it. Acting like they're into your hobbies or interests. I watched my dad marry 2 different women that loved hunting and fishing too. The old man spent every free weekend in the woods or on the water. Those 2 women tagged along for 6-8 years thinking they were being a good wife. Eventually both of them grew to not only resent going with him, but were angry that he never took them out or did anything else. I'm not saying he was perfect, but he was the honest one in those relationships. Don't pretend. Just be honest up front. My chick has zero interest in most of my hobbies, and because I know that, I find other ways for us to spend time together. And I knew that from Jump Street, so there's no resentment or anger bubbling under the surface that will culminate in an angry divorce at some point. Lip injections. Acting like all your problems make you cute and quirky, so you hold on to them. Like, lol, I'm so reckless I bought a $900 phone. Why am I so bad at finances? OMG, I just ate 2 cheesecakes after my doctor said I'm borderline diabetic. What a mess I'm lol. Duck off. You're not quirky. You just have bad impulse control and this is why we broke up. Talking throughout the entire movie. Having to be the pursuer. Romantically speaking. Stealing your hoodie/sweaters and not returning it. Not cool, man. It is my hoodie. Playing hard to get. No. I don't want to feel like winning you over is the Hunger Games. No. I don't want the sense of pride and accomplishment. I want to know if you like me or not, and playing hard to get is always mixed signals. No means no when it comes to tickling. Asking questions about a show or movie neither of you have ever watched while you're both watching it. Biting their lip to look cute. When my wife does it, she thinks it's so sexy. I just don't have the heart to tell her that she's supposed to bite her bottom lip. Playing hard to get. I guess the logic behind it is that the harder to get something it must mean that you really want it. Playing dumb. Please. Stop. I find intelligence to be one of the easiest attributes in a woman. Edit. Wow. I didn't think this message would be a green light for misogynists to unload on how unintelligent they think women are. I guess when you don't have any significant other to talk to, you share your hitty opinions with strangers on the internet. Duck faces. Insisting we fight for you. So you publicly declared you prefer another dude. But you secretly want us to commit assault and battery on each other? Yeah, no. Bye. When I read this, I immediately thought it was Christmas related. Gloves. Do not get me gloves. Or a scarf. Doing the cute dumb thing. Ladies, it isn't cute. There is nothing wrong with being smarter than a dude or smarter than your peers. Much love, ladies. Please don't respond to my "are you having fun?" with "I am." If you are, I genuinely feel joy when I can share something I love with someone and they have that glint of excitement in their eyes the same way I did. Just sticking around for something I already experience and you are not enjoying doesn't make me any happier. Being one of the guys and having no girlfriends. Anytime I hear a girl state, "I hang out with guys because I don't get along with most girls I GTFO," it's a huge red flag. Edit for clarity, there is a difference between a girl that makes natural friendships with guys and the one who feels the need to belch out the statement above. The former doesn't need to state that. because frankly it's irrelevant to them. The latter is quite the opposite. In nearly all the cases when I've heard this statement, it's coming from some girl holding court with her latest circle of random dudes. She's typically loud and obnoxious, and the guys spend the entire evening cock blocking each other, hoping for a minute of her attention. Braiding our beards together and asking Home Depot employees for help getting them apart again. Physical contact. Don't hit me just because I'm a guy. It irritates me. Yes, I can take it, but do I want to? No. Sharpie eyebrows. As much as Cosmo says I like my balls to be punched, I actually really don't. If we're naked together, you've already won me over. No need to hide your stomach or try to cover your behind. Most men are as insecure about their body as you are about yours. Letting you down easy. Honestly, it sucks to hear. But when a girl says I'm not interested in anything with you, and I don't see that changing, it's a hell of a lot easier on both of us. Oftentimes for my own self-improvement, I'll ask a follow-up. Okay, that's totally fine. So I know for myself. Is there something I could work on that would also be a red flag for others in the future? Or something along those lines. Trust me, it's a hell of a lot easier than any other option you're thinking of. Edit. Just want to say after rereading, I totally worded the way I'd follow up in a terrible way. First and foremost, no one, male or female, has any obligation toward another person. That's the most common thing people are saying in response. You. She doesn't have to give you a reason. You're absolutely correct. I hope I didn't make it seem like I'd demand an explanation. What I overlooked was crazy people. I don't think I'm a crazy person. So a violent response or the fear of one wasn't something I considered. I also overlooked that a person that's given a very clear, solid no would continue to be at all confused by that. When I ask a person something like that, it's because I don't want to continue making the same mistakes. If there's a trait I could work on that I agree about, then I want to know. Men hate unwrapping a stick of butter like a candy bar and eating it in front of our grandparents. The dog face filter in Snapchat. Other girlfriends, boyfriends, who like the same things as us. Baby, I get that Sarah's boyfriend likes baseball, but I hate people. And I hate him regardless. Kind of the inverse. But for me personally, it's that meme where guys hate listening to their sos talk about their day, or tell stories or gasp their feelings or hit like that. I could sit and listen to my GF talk for hours. I love it. I like learning more about her. I like when she trusts me enough to open up about something hitty she has to deal with. And I like being her emotional cheerleader. Helping her in that way makes me feel better about myself. Best of all is when she gets really excited talking about something she loves and starts rambling. It's really ducking cute. I also just like the way her voice sounds, which doesn't hurt. I understand that this isn't true for everyone, but it's always bothered me that it's kind of assumed that all guys hate this. Because for me, it's quite the opposite. Nibbling and sucking on only the tip of my peen. It doesn't feel good. It painful itch. Snapchat filters. Acting like they're mad at you as a joke. It's not funny the first time you do it. It's not funny if you keep doing it till we get mad, so you have an actual reason to get mad, because we can't take a joke. Apparently women think I like men, but really I'm as straight as a circle. All the comments I've read so far have interpreted likers are attracted to in women. I thought there would be a lot more commentary about too many bacon or whiskey flavored things, loud cars, their moms, etc. Obviously this doesn't apply to everyone, but I'd assume there's a lot of us out there. Huge boobs. I mean, I can somewhat get it if you actually have very small boobs. Then you can dream of having them a bit bigger, but I've seen many women think they need bigger boobs, even though their current ones are just fine. A friend of mine once told me that if she had the money, she'd get a boob job. And I didn't know what to do because I couldn't just start complimenting her boobs because they're fine in my books or anything. So I just sat there nodding like an idiot. Just ask. Seriously though, I'm going with hand jobs. Sorry, I can do that. And 9 times out of 10 I do a better job. Edit. Guess lots of dudes like them. So I guess my advice to women is to just ask. When you're annoyed, please talk to me. Don't get all quiet and force me to guess. Also, an apology would be nice every once in a while. Trial by combat. Being hyperactive on social media makes me question if they even have a life. Story time. I work long hours, and most days I don't make it home until well after the sun has set. My job involves a lot of manual labor as well as mental aptitude. So the first thing I want to do when I get home is take my sweaty socks off, grab a nice cold one, and plop down on the couch. Now that would be ideal. But instead, I come home to Karen taking a dump in my toaster oven. That just because you have big boobs that's all we are interested in. Face like a train wreck? Oh, that's okay, you have big boobs. Personality of Cruella de Vil? Oh, that's okay, you have big boobs. Big boobs does not equal a great rack. After I moved back to America from many years away in Europe, I noticed a trend in all dating profiles, etc. They list being sarcastic and top billing like it is a highly sought after quality in a grown woman. I have no idea who or what started this. I, and we, would rather you just portrayed yourself as an adult. False pretense. Hey, could you help me with X? I can't remember what he said in lecture. When is that due? Do you know how to do Y? I'm man. Man solved problem. Man is happy. Man not thinking that problem is fake and woman just want to talk. Man is sorry but cannot help overriding instincts to problem solve. Really? If I'm willing to troubleshoot matters at the drop of a hat, it's a safe bet that I'm willing to have a conversation. Apparently sticking their fingers in my ass scared the duck out Tammy. It's thus far the one time I have stopped part way through X. Stories that contain a lot of details. Hints. We are dumb. We don't pick them up. Be blunt. Baby talk. I want you to sound like a woman, not a child. If your man wants you to baby talk to him, then in your best baby talk voice you should say, "Bye bye, Roy boy." Telling me about how some guy flirted with her that day. I had a so who was very attractive, so I believed it happened. She'd present it like it was some hassle she had to deal with, but it was a humble brag. Making me jealous did not make her more appealing at the moment. It annoyed me. Refraining from doing things because that's a man's job. It was so ducking hot when my GF suggested we go get the stuff so she could change her oil, because how hard could it be? Men aren't used to living with those kinds of mental roadblocks, and it's super refreshing to hear that something pretty simple isn't out of bounds due to crotch arrangement. Toothy BJS. Duck whatever hack Cosmo writer started spreading that nonsense. Trying to work out what's upset them rather than just telling us. We are not mind readers. We work best with facts. Tell us why you're pissed off, when you're pissed off, and who pissed you off. That's the 3 salient facts we need, then we can give you a constructive answer. And if it's us that's pissed you off, then tell us at the time. If I've asked you 3 times what the matter is, and you still say nothing with that hitty look on your face, then I'm going to play the game too, and pretend like all is well with the world, and get on with what I'm doing. If you turn to me at 2 in the morning and shake me awake to explain that I did something to upset you, don't expect a great reception. I can't be dealing with the emotional minefield you ladies like to lay out. Either tell us what's upsetting you at the time, or it will become invalid after 3 days. Anything that involves my nipples. Know what I feel when a girl licks my nipple? Nothing. It's like 98% nothing, and 2% what the duck are you doing? Cheating. I was lucky enough to have this relationship. I'm far too lazy to start a new one. And 2 at the same time. LMAO. Fake nails. I get it if you personally like them, but don't do that hit for my benefit. We don't like Axe body spray gift boxes. Matching bra and panties. I don't give a duck if they match. If we get to the point where I can see them, whether or not they match is going to be the last thing on my mind. Women think we like X way more than we do. E.G. Men can't be aped because they always want it. A lot of married men and women I know have encountered this reasoning or similar. That is technically ape. Tell me where you wanna eat. Don't say it doesn't matter and then don't agree on where I choose to eat. Everything more than natural looking makeup. I'm not a fan of too much makeup or the fake redrawn eyebrows. Even if your brows are not even or a bit bushy, they do look better than the weird thin line. Yes, sure, you might do it for yourself or to impress other women, but I have yet to find a man who likes it. Second War movies. We always prefer Napoleonic movies. Everyone likes different things. Except lip injections. Duck lip injections. Stop playing ducking mind games. We don't think it's hot. Playing hard to get is just ducking your chances over and making us hate you. Just say what you want done, and we will do it. Stop the spinning around bullshit. It's really not that hard. No, we don't like hard to get. You are just making yourself be hated. Duck lip photos. Looks so stupid. I hate when a woman gets distant because she's in a funk. Then when I give her space, she disappears. Weeks later, I ask why. The response is, because I wanted you to chase me. What the duck is that? Ladies, we are not and never will be mind readers. Short version of what happened. Guys that do not have big peens do not want to be told their penis big. They know their penis not big. They know that you know that their penis not big. So it just seems really funny and fake. Instead say how ducking good it feels. If he's really hard and you like it really hard, tell him. If he's hitting the good spot, tell him. Tell him you liked getting him off or that you liked him getting you off. Tell him you love getting ducked by him. But do not tell him his penis big. Hard to get. There's a reason it's nicknamed hard to want around here. I read this question thinking Op was a woman with an amazingly dry wit. Men, tell us ladies what we think we like, but are wrong about. Like pumpkin spice. Or the right to vote. Well, as always, usual disclaimer applies. All men are different etc. But personally, having/owning or having an interest in brands or materialistic items that don't actually serve a purpose or function and are for display purposes only. E.g. If a woman has a PS2K handbag and an equally attractive woman has a PS20 handbag, the cheaper handbag is always more attractive. Because it signals that you don't value things just because they have been marketed to you as valuable or desirable. You actually value utility and make your own decisions/judgments. Someone who is brand aware and takes an interest of what is this season is an instant high maintenance red flag, which means avoid 100% in my book, no matter how rich I was. Spending on expensive things that do not improve their function is merely narcissism and pretty pathetic/vile to me. High-waisted jeans. I don't get it. Women think we like other women. Sometimes they are right. Sometimes we're just staring into nothing, thinking about nothing, and yet it still looks like we're obsessing over some woman in front of us. Women think we love a good mystery. They seem to think that being mysterious can be sexy, fun, interesting. Being mysterious is infuriating. Tell me what you want, you absolute maniac. They think we like them. I'm a gay man and it kind of blows my mind when I converse with a woman I've never met, only to have them roll their eyes at me and be totally hitty because they think the reason I'm talking to them is because I'm attracted to them. Hell. Even in a gay bar, surrounded by horny men, I don't automatically assume someone is speaking to me because they want me. That's so ridiculous. Have you seen a tall girl trying to act small? I hate that. Be as big as you can. I love tall girls. I honestly think most men are absolutely indifferent to lipstick. It's not that we dislike it, but it doesn't really make a difference on an attractive face. Is it just me? Edit. Of course women should not live and act worrying about what we like. If lipstick makes you feel good, do it. Same with anything that's about your own appearance. I know this is super CBS sitcom cliche, but please let me get in the door and settled before I get the 40-minute story about your day. It's really nothing personal, but I spend most of my day on the phone for work. When I get home, I just want to decompress for like a half hour. But most of the time I start getting a story before my shoes are even off, and I end up just standing there waiting for some kind of intermission. so I can take a pee and change into my sweet pants.